tags, nice colors. Finally leaving the truck stop here. This is Flying J in Fort Erie, Ontario. 5 kilometers, 3 miles from the US border. There was not much to report yesterday, as I spent whole day sitting here waiting for my paperwork from the customs broker, and when they send it, turns out it was something was wrong with it, and I only got it at like 6 o'clock, and I checked the sunset time for Dansville, New York. I thought that's where I would be now. That's my lift axle going down. I raised it. I had to raise it because of all the turns inside the truck stop. If I don't raise it, the front.
After 300 meters, turn right, then right turn ahead.
If I don't raise it, the front starts sliding. It's pretty heavy, 75,000 pounds, as you saw the numbers in my previous video. So yeah, so I got the paperwork at 6, and I thought, okay, 2 hours to sunset. I might be okay to make it to Dansville, to T8 travel centers. And then I go to the border, pay $13.75 US customs fee. And they say, oh, Mr. DRATCHEV, please step inside. My bond, this load goes in bond to a seaport in New Jersey, and the bond was not on the system, which is not a good thing. They could not see it on the computer, and as I learned, it's never a good idea. Yeah, this is QW, I'm crossing over. To the right, that's going back to Toronto, you know, Hamilton, stuff like that. That's west. And I'm turning here, going east towards US. Now here's a tricky situation. What do you do with the lift axle? It's not that sharp over here, right? But it's still a pretty big turn. So what I do, I just reduce the pressure. But I keep the lift axle on the ground. And so yeah, so because it was after hours, of course, everybody from our company was gone, you know. After hours, nothing usually works. And so they sent me back to Canada. Okay, the pressure up on the lift axle, back to 60 psi. And I had to pay the toll, of course. You pay the toll for the bridge to cross. And went back to the same Flying J. Now this morning, the broker finally sent the correct paperwork, and I double checked with them before I left the truck stop. Okay, here's my trip number, here's my SCN, shipment control number. Is it really ready? Do you see the bond on the computer? Do you see the bond attached to this SCM, shipment control number? And she said, 1 second. Yeah, everything looks good. All right. I said, I'll be paying the fee again to US Customs. Oh, what do you want me to do? Well, nothing. Just tell me it's okay and everything will be okay. at the top it says 2. That's what I like. On most highways, when the exit number actually tells you the distance to the end of the highway, right? So, because this is Canada, everything is in kilometers, so 2 means 2, kilometer number 2, so 2 kilometers to the border. Now look at this guy on the left. What's he doing? Trying to paint a post? What a terrible job. It's +6 Celsius or just over 40 F, a bit chilly for April. And Uncle Sergei is going on a trip. Yeah, here's the duty-free parking where sometimes I sit. This is the last stop before US. So you can go in here in parking and even spend the night. But most of the time it's not a very good idea because it's very busy, like trucks around you, you know, leave all the time, there's noise, and you sit there just thinking that somebody might hit you, you know. And I saw the pickup truck. Did you see there was a pickup truck crossing right in front of me? That's the bridge authority. So I need those guys to tell me everything will be okay. So oversized loads, you have to turn into this yard here. My lights on the roof, so well, they already saw me, and usually you just sit here and you wait for them, and they come over, they ask you how wide you are, how heavy. And if these are the same guys I talked to yesterday, they're gonna be surprised, like, hey, wait a second, didn't we escorted you yesterday over the bridge? I'll say it was my twin, you know, we are twin brothers. And he has the same truck, and just it happens that this time we have the same load. And way in the distance, that's the Niagara River, and that's Buffalo on the other side. So the bridge is to the left, so I'm like 300 meters from the bridge, but I cannot go unless I get the approval. Because yesterday they had to stop the traffic, which was actually pretty cool, and there was a lineup of trucks on the other side, and they just escorted me straight to the gate. Like there's lots of lanes there, not gates, lanes at customs, and only one lane is like big enough for oversized loads, lane 1. And you know, they talk to the radio, they talk on the radio to each other, right? So they called this guy who approved me here, says, yeah, you can go, just follow us. He talked to the guys on the other side. They blocked all the trucks, so they left the lane 1 open. So I was like the express train, you know. Everybody looks at me. What the heck? Who is this guy? Like, why is he so important? You know. It was pretty cool. I don't know if I will receive the same royal treatment second time in a row. They're probably tired of me by now, but maybe the twin trick will work. Crossing the bridge, they let me go, no escort this time. Just said they're working on lane 1, the one for oversized loads, because they're not that wide. There's some kind of construction going on lane 1. He says go into lane 2. I said okay. Thank you, sir. And he says, where are you heading today? Just one way and then right back? Like joking that I'll be turned back again. I said, hopefully not. I'm tired of paying all the fees, you know. Alright, what do we got? It rained pretty bad last night, but now it's still a bit gloomy, but at least it's not raining. my wiper blades had the rubber separated on them. So I fixed them, like the end, because of the ice, you know, like a couple of days ago or 3 days ago. There was lots of ice and snow, and it damaged my wiper blade. So I fixed them. So now the rubber on the ends is okay. But I also bought 2 spare ones. Mine are 20 inch long. Okay, gonna shut down the camera now. Hooray! I'm in US, and they didn't ask me to pay the fee. Just send me through X-ray. Checked everything. Everything looks good. You all set? Thank you, sir. That's what I like hearing. All right, Buffalo, here we go. I'm on 190. Now I'm going to 90 east towards the airport. And the 2 lanes to the right go to Erie and the Pennsylvania border. Part here. There's 2 lanes and when you don't know, and there's like a rush hour, sometimes people would not let you go over. See, this lane ends, I go left. Now this lane ends just a little bit further down. Going on a toll highway because it's too expensive for oversized loads. So now I'm going to be taking exit. I have no idea what exit number is, but my GPS says 5.5 kilometers, 3 miles. Go east on Highway 33. So 33 to 63 to 408 to I-390. Passing the airport, Buffalo International Airport on my left. There's a bunch of hotels here. I think I once stayed at a Days Inns here because their pricing can be pretty good because there's so many hotels. So bye-bye freeway. Now the road will get more and more narrow. And I'm gonna see the freeway only once I make it to I-390, which is 70 miles away or 115 kilometers with lots of hills. Very hilly road, but it's nothing compared to what I'll be going through later, as my permit makes me go on Highway 17 in New York. If you guys and gals never drove on Highway 17, stay tuned for some treats. And that's it. I'm on a 2-lane road. It's Highway 33, upstate New York. I think this little town is called Bowmanville, just like the one in Ontario, east of Scarborough. All right, what's the price today? Gas $2.15 US per gallon. That's crazy. But diesel is $2.29. That's cheaper than in Canada, but $2.15 for gas. Too much. Didn't make it. All right. New York, this is my least favorite part. Why they keep sending oversized loads this way beats me.
Go left on the rotary, second exit, Highway 33, Highway 98, Oak Street, then turn right, Highway 5, Highway 33, Highway 63, West Main Street.
Now what do you think, like this? The bricks, the red bricks. Somebody tell me if I'm mistaken, but I'm guessing they cost a lot of money. But if I don't go like this, the rear of my trailer will hit a post on the sidewalk. Here's the shop corner as well, because there's an island in the middle.
After 600 meters, you will reach your waypoint.
Lift axle up. According to my scale receipt from Petrol Pass in Hamilton, Ontario, 25,760 pounds. Which roughly puts this machine
Highway 63, Ellicott Street.
at 75 pounds, 75,000 pounds.
Follow Highway 63, Ellicott Street. Warning for 47 kilometers.
Alright, so that was the most difficult part. There's 2 turns and a roundabout. And there used to be a coffee shop over here on the left.
You have reached your waypoint.
So I would stop in here to check my load and get coffee. And now I see there's no signs on the roof. They moved. And they had pretty good coffee, like espresso based, you know, Americano, stuff like that. Alright, leaving Batavia. This is 63, so this will take me directly to I-390. And no more turns. As far as I remember. I made it to I-390. 20 kilometers, 12 miles to TA in Dansville. By the way, I forgot to say that this is the first time I'm using the new mount for the windshield that I got as a gift from my viewer in California. And this is a GoPro mount, so it's on the package it says GoPro, not some third party. And the suction cup is much bigger, and yeah, it's much steadier. But because I have to use a shorter position, I think it shows more of a food right now, which should be okay. Yeah, as you can see, the weather keeps getting worse and worse. Plus 8 Celsius right now.
Turn right, then you have reached your destination on your right.
Yeah, very bad hill here. Going down, especially with a heavy load. You gotta be very careful. I kind of like this truck stop. There's always parking here, and 5 minutes away you have a small airport, a grocery store, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, and there's a restaurant inside. And these guys have a shop that's pretty much useless, but they can do basic stuff. Alright. Just need to back in somewhere. wanted to show you guys the load, but it's drizzling outside. And I can use my smartphone or my Lumix FZ300. Actually Lumix is weatherproof, but somehow I don't trust that word, you know, because the risk is too high. If the water gets inside, you're screwed. So, all right, time for a short break. I'm gonna check my load. Go inside, get some hot water. I already had too much coffee today. So time for tea, and I got some nice tea in bags from Starbucks. You know, they always give you like 2 bags, and 2 is too much in 1 cup, so I always take 1 on the side for later use. Yeah, I wish it stopped raining. It makes things more difficult than they have to be. Okay, it stopped raining. Quick, before it starts again. So here's the tea. Okay, this time I'm having Earl Grey. Okay, somebody asked me about the, I think it was some clown asked me about how I choose the position, right? So this is the 5th wheel, and this is the slider. Now, what it does is it moves the weight from the steer axle, from the front of the truck to the drives. My drive axle, this is my pusher axle, right? The lift axle. And when I'm lightly loaded, when I don't need the pusher, I just keep this 5th wheel in here. So there's locks, there's a button on my dash, I release the locks, but you cannot do it with the weight on the 5th wheel. You have to drop the trailer and get it, you know, let it rest on the ground, and then you can unlock that button over there and you can slide the truck this way or that way, right? So the trailer stays in place, it's just you sliding your 5th wheel. So when it's in here, it'll be straight in the middle between the axles, which is perfect. The way this truck is spec'd, and the way we did this lift axle, the distance between the lift axle and here is the same. So when I'm too heavy and I need to use my lift axle, I just move it here. So all the weight sits in the middle between. So this becomes like a tridem, like a 3-axle truck, right? And this way, the weight, oh, it started raining again. The weight spreads equally. Otherwise, if I keep it over here and I drop my lift axle, what it does, it takes a lot of weight from the steer axle. And then I will have like 6,000 pounds on the steer axle, which is not good. It's very hard to steer, and it's actually dangerous and I think illegal. So you gotta have proportionate weight on all your axles. By the way, I'm recording this with the LG phone. Somebody also asked me about like how I like this phone 8 months later. I wasn't even tracking the time, but yeah, the phone is great. I would buy another one in a minute. The best part about this phone is the camera, the video, and the photo. It can shoot up to 4K, and I really love the quality that this camera produces, you know. Now this thing has been giving me trouble. Let's see now. Oh, now it's good. Basically, here's a tip. Before, I decided to run these chains straight in here. So this was connected to here, and that one to there. And it kept sliding, like this machine, you know, all hydraulics, right? And this chain was always loose. Like each time I stop, it needed tightening. And so I did these I did these chains and did like this, crossed them. See, put a rubber so they don't damage each other, and it stopped moving. You know, beautiful. Okay, my wood is still there. Yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, this is supposed to fold, but the bracket is broken. It's supposed to fold like this, so I just used 2 bungee cords in here. No big deal. And this setup here, those knives over there, they were loose, and I knew that the machine will go down a little bit once I start driving, so I had to secure the board. So I wanted to have boards under them, but they were not touching at first, so I had to secure them like this. And then sure enough, once I started driving, those knives went down, and now they sit on the board and they don't touch my trailer, which is exactly what I wanted. See? Perfect. And from the side, it seems such a cute little machine, you know? Hey, we have 4 tracks and we're all white, and you know, like, looks like a toy. It's hard to see that this thing weighs 75,000 pounds and it's pretty much a pain in the butt to haul and load. Okay, we're gonna finish the movie here because I know from experience that these driving scenes, that's why I don't do them too often now, they take a lot of... Oh, now it's clean because of the rain. They take a lot of data, okay? Alright, so... By the way, I was looking at some truck stops on my truck stop directory and couldn't find anything decent, so I just put in my destination from here, from Dansville. Oh, by the way, gas is $2.09 per gallon. Diesel is $2.49, which is way more expensive than what I saw in Buffalo. So yeah, from here it's... You cannot see here. What the... Where's the... Just wanna brighten. So basically it's 498 kilometers from here. So 500 kilometers, 5 hours times 60. So that's 300 miles. And that's the worst part of the trip. So I-390 to I-86 to 17, US 17. That one is like this. I drove there once loaded with a regular like 45,000 pounds when I was pulling a step deck and flatbed, and I did not like it because they have some like hills over there, and now I'm 122,000 pounds. It's gonna be exciting. So no way I'm gonna do this 300 miles by the end of today, because it's already 1:37 p.m. I'll probably get somewhere in the middle, so just maybe leave a couple of hours of driving for tomorrow, and I pray and I hope that they will not tell me to drive it off, and that they will just say, okay, we have a crane, just let's lift it up. Alright, stay tuned, thanks for watching.